Hungry for something real? Come to HF Crave, Lincoln's favorite spot for burgers that are anything but basic. Locally sourced Nebraska beef, hand-cut fries, and bold flavors that'll make your taste buds cheer. Whether you're craving the classics or ready to try something wild, they've got the burger that gets you. HF Crave. Fresh, local, craveable. Find them at 48th and Holdridge or order online at hfcrave.com. For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Don't be fooled by the typical holiday ads this year. A new car for your significant other is a dream, but not a likely reality. Why not upgrade the current car you have with a detail? This year's hot item is a gift certificate from Nebraska Auto Detail to make your car look and smell fully refreshed again. We all have clutter and we all make messes, but it doesn't have to stay like that. Give the gift of a clean car this holiday. Buy your certificate at NebraskaAutoDetail.com or call 402-601-5086 for an appointment today.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Ready, set, Ford. Just announced 0% for 66 months with approved credit on all 2025 Ford F-150s at Zollner, Fort Beatrice. Save thousands in finance charges. If your current pickup loan's 4, 5, 6% or more, trade in today and receive 0% for up to 66 months on a brand new 2025 Ford F-150 of your choice at Zollner, Fort Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown. 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker in one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in to Don't Punt Hour. There's runs on the ones and twos. As always, we still got NFL on the brick and mortar. And got no way to hurry there. I thought it was close. It is now 41-27. The Indianapolis Colts behind the San Francisco 49ers. And this one's going to kill the hopes of the Colts for any sort of playoff chance. And that puts the 49ers in great position to be in the playoffs. With that being said, let's bring him in. Good morning, Pierson-El. How's it going on a Monday night, December 22nd?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Except for the holidays?
Yeah.
I don't know. I said you were 7 years old or something. Yeah, it's like if you're excited to see Santa.
The little one's excited, so it's all about how she feels.
Oh yeah, has she had the opportunity to go meet Santa? I know my apartment complex they bummed me out. They did the Santa meet and greet at 5:00. I was at work, so I didn't even get a chance to see the man.
Yeah. She goes to see Santa every year. She has no problem going up there and talking to him.
Okay, so she's not one of those shy kids that you gotta like. Okay.
Nah.
I think I was, if I remember right. I don't think I always got along with him. So I was gonna try again at the age of 26 and see if it went smoother. But no, shout out to everyone who's been helping around the holidays as well. I know Raph, he does Raph's good take at the end of every show, and he shouted out some people who are helping out with some very charitable services, helping out with people who are suffering with cancer throughout the holidays, which is a huge thing to do because that is a tough thing to go through this time of year. So that being said, we'll maybe talk a little bit more Christmas tomorrow on our last show before we get ready for one more day on Wednesday. No ticket weeknights though. So tomorrow will be our last show, at least this week. Plenty of things to talk about. Good morning, Pierson-El. This weekend, Nebraska men's basketball stays undefeated. They move to 13 in the AP poll. Women's basketball beats Cal Baptist. They moved to 20 in the AP poll. Husker Wrestling won Friday, lost Sunday to Oklahoma State, but Antrell Taylor got some get back his matchup. And we talked about it already. Crawford retired. I think that was a little while ago.
Yeah.
And the college football playoffs.
I think it was a good first round. Outside of, I think James Madison, they put up a good fight. They did better than Tulane.
Yeah, much better than Tulane. James Madison, you credit them. You wonder, like, man, if they could have figured out some of that firepower on the offense, could they get into a shootout? Because they weren't going to stop Oregon. That part was pretty clear.
Yeah.
But they start getting some interceptions. I mean, they were doing some things that were impressive. The Tulane game wasn't worth watching.
I think this is the last year you see those type of teams in the playoffs. I think that level needs their own bracket. I mean, the one below them, they're in the FCS?
Yeah.
Other levels have their own playoffs. So I think they definitely deserve their own bracket and everything like that. Because it's getting a little bit outrageous, kind of seeing that 2 years in a row.
Yeah, and it's like one thing if it's kind of close, but even James Madison, thank goodness.
Like that game was exciting, but it was still a blowout.
It was, and I think part of them coming back was the Ducks maybe took their foot off the gas a little bit prematurely.
Probably.
Yeah, Austin Orman was talking about this. I don't know how you solve it entirely, but it is too different leagues.
Give them their own playoff. That's how you solve it. That way they can't cry and complain.
Are they going to agree to that though? Because like,
they're no longer going to get invited to the show. They're not.
Well, one team will. The ACC just screwed it up this year. That's why they had two
for sure.
Like, I don't know. I'm okay with like one of those teams getting a guaranteed spot every year.
I'm not. I don't want to see a blowout.
What if it's like a 32 team bracket? Not that I'm locked in with 32. But
no, that's why heavyweights don't fight lightweight or featherweight. Like, no, there are classes for a reason. They're different, levels and everything like that. Not to be down on them and everything like that, but those type of teams get paid to go on the road to play, Power 4 teams and go home. Like I'm sorry, JMU, I thought, like I said, that they gave a better battle than Tulane, but it's going to be a slaughter fest every time, or majority of the time. I won't say every time, majority of the time.
Well, that's just it. Like, is it worth keeping if you get like one out of every 10 years you pull off the upset?
No.
Yeah.
Because you gotta wait 10 years for it to happen. When that spot could have been another team necessarily to get in there. Vandy could have got in there at that spot. Notre Dame could have got in there, kind of at that spot, and things would have been interesting or whatnot. So, like I said, I'm not downing them and everything like that. Like, I just think they need their own party.
But I think that's a fair statement. I mean, I'm sure they talked about it before. I don't know what the money looks like, if that's the reason why they don't want to do it, if there's like less money to be had, because then they don't get to schedule those teams where you go on the road and just take home a ton of money. I don't know if that's the reason they haven't, gone into their own bracket. But yeah, unless something changes, these results are going to be more.
I mean, even when Boise State was in it last year, like, it got out of hand with them too. Like, I mean, yeah, they made it a little bit exciting, but it still wasn't. But at no point did I think Boise was going to beat Penn State at all.
No, and they didn't come close. I think it's fair. I mean, it's not perfect yet. Me and Raph spent a lot of time talking about the college football playoff. Like, how do you make it as clean as possible? And a lot of the answers people have are just extending it. But I always fall to, I like more football. I don't like a bunch of unnecessary football when these guys are students. Like, we can't just have them playing football.
I don't think more football is the question. It is the answer. Because at some point in time, again, you'll get to some point to where you got certain people that are top 5, top 10 draft picks and everything like that. And look, man, we're not about to win that. And they will leave and depart. And that goes further into the training regiment of going to the league, and that's not fair. That's not fair to the athletes either, because you play in an extra game or two that's more times you can get necessarily hurt. Again, I go back to the Jalen Smith situation at Notre Dame. He was a guaranteed top 5 pick at linebacker and has some nerve damage and drops to the 4th, 5th round.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point in time, that it's not going to be worth the risk to some people and everything like that who don't have a legitimate shot to go and win it.
I'm trying to think of ways that's fair, but I'm struggling.
I don't think more games is it. At the NFL level, more games is a headache and people are against it. And at the collegiate level, you're trying to get them to more games. I don't think more games is the answer to that.
You can almost do like a play-in. That's the only thing I can ever come up with is like a play-in that would take place like around those bowl games. Like you pick a few bowls, like this is your plan. Like here's all the teams. Maybe you take 4 teams or you take 2 teams. So like say it's all right, James Madison, you got Notre Dame. Who's going to be?
I don't want to see
Cut
that.
them out completely. I mean, that's what
are you saying so they can get that 12th spot instead of just giving it to somebody?
Yes.
Okay, well, that would be fair though. The last 2 spots or something like that, or the last.
Well, they still get a chance to get in, but they got to prove it before the bracket.
And okay, so my question is that so one team or 2 teams will have 1 extra game, and that'll be the same time as the bowl as the conference championship week.
That's what I'm
playing for 12.
That's what I think, but again, you'd have to. Like the conference championship games are a whole nother problem that we've talked about. Like we're getting to a point where you almost have to like scrub them.
No, I don't think so. Because you're scrubbing them, but yet because you win your conference, you don't get no reward. So I don't think you scrub them.
Yeah, but if you're in a conference championship and you lose, you get penalized.
Depending on how bad the loss is. I think nobody wanted to see BYU, honestly.
I would over, Tulane or Madison, maybe. Actually, I bet you Madison can keep up with BYU, but
probably
Tulane not so much.
Now BYU, Notre Dame, and Vanderbilt for that last spot playing. Now how you pick that and everything, because you can't have 2 games with 4 people trying to get 1 spot. It has to be 2 people have to earn it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if you have. I don't know how many of those you would want and how much
I
just throw spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks.
I would be okay with that over seeing the FCS schools coming up.
I think that's more fair. Like it's an opportunity to make sure you don't have a blowout in that first round, but then the counter argument is going to be, well, that's unfair. We have to play another game. Even if we win, like you're killing our chances. But if it's the conference championship weekend, you have a lot of time to get right and get some rest.
I'm about to say you have like 2 weeks before the first round goes off.
So, it's another game, but with a lot of time. That's not perfect, but it's the best thing I got right now. I mean, if you're going to keep those teams in it,
that would be, I think that would be the best situation. And it's like either you going to complain or not play.
Yeah. And if they're anything like, they won't play.
But I don't think every year you will have that situation. This year was a weird year.
Yeah, by far. I mean, Duke beating Virginia in the ACC kind of just blew the whole operation up.
Literally, because if that would have happened, then Virginia would have been in, and Miami still would have been in.
Mm-hmm. Actually, would Miami be in, or would that go to?
No, because Virginia they won the conference championship. They would have been higher up, and Miami still would have been a lower seed.
But there's one guaranteed group of 5 school, the way it sits right now.
Oh, then Miami.
So someone would have been.
Then Miami probably would have been out.
Yeah, or Notre Dame, whichever one. They might have put Miami and kicked out Notre Dame still because they're non-con, weak schedule. How do you want to balance those teams? You decide. But yeah, it's interesting. The Power 4 teams. It's just been a bad 2-year start for them, where you want to believe in the upset, you want to believe in the chance that it can happen, and maybe it does. Like I said, 1 in every 10 years. But is that something you're willing to take out a team?
No.
Have a legitimate chance out to put in one of those teams who can maybe get it done once in a blue moon?
No. I don't want to see that. Outside of those two games, I think every other game was fine and dandy. Texas A&M, for whatever reason, I mean, they blew their chances. I mean, it wasn't really anything that Miami was doing. It was just missed opportunities from their end. And that's the second time we've seen their quarterback kind of play bad or start off bad.
Yeah, I don't think he had any touchdowns. I think he just had the 2 picks. Well, no, they only had 3 points. So I know he had 0 touchdowns, but he did have 2 picks. To credit Miami's defense. And Beck didn't do a lot. He just kept the ball safe and threw 1 touchdown, I think. But that was all he really did. It was just a defensive battle. And Miami.
It was a good game. People are going to say, "Oh, it's boring," but like that type of game and everything like that is what people want to see. That was a high ranking matchup. It was good football. It wasn't necessarily exciting, but it was a chess match.
Yeah, I liked it. I think it was probably one of the better games outside of the obvious one, but you could still argue this one's better if you like those defensive battles. Oklahoma and Alabama.
Oklahoma, I don't know what happened. You had them right where you wanted them.
Neither team could run the ball. That's what happened. I mean, Oklahoma, whether they wanted it to be or not, they turned it into a shootout because they also could not run the ball. And that was the best thing that Alabama could ask for was you can't run the ball either? Great. We'll just keep throwing the ball. And that'll give us enough time to get back. And not only get back, get a convincing lead. How many rushing yards do you think Alabama had? And this counts sacks, but I think it matters.
I would say under 100.
Way worse than that. 25 attempts for 28 yards.
That's terrible. I don't think we've ever seen an Alabama team with that.
Oh, it's been so bad. They were negative versus Georgia. This is why I don't like picking Alabama.
That's bad.
But they figured out a way because Oklahoma was also a little bit soft in the trenches. How do you think Oklahoma did on the ground?
140?
33 touches for 55 yards.
That was close.
28 yards for Alabama and 55 for Oklahoma. Yes, I'm putting in sacks. Those are going to take some of those yards away, but even then, that's terrible.
That ain't cutting it for SEC teams.
No, it's been shocking. The most shocking thing about Alabama all year is that they're winning games with zero ability to run the ball consistently.
They're throwing the pill.
Yeah, I think the road ends for Alabama, though. I was telling this to Chris Raff. I think that was the best possible matchup they could have gotten. Because Oklahoma's biggest weakness, you could argue, is also the trenches. That they struggle to dominate the game through the run every so often. So, like, when they get a lead, they can't always just put the nail in the coffins. Like how Alabama used to do it in the past. With Saban, if they could run the ball every time,
it was over.
It was over.
You knew where it was going. They were telling you where it was going, and you still couldn't stop it.
Yeah, and it didn't matter. They'd have 3 dudes like that were going to be NFL caliber quarterbacks
and a fullback and a tight end that was on that same level as well.
Because that is much more effective and efficient and way easier to just take the will out of a team and ensure that they can't come back. Because time's running, they're getting embarrassed.
So with the success of or how the success that the season went, is this a successful year for Alabama?
Yeah, 100%. I think so. I mean, when the standard was Saban, you making the college football playoffs is a major win. Because that's just.
And they lost in they lost in the SEC championship, right?
Yeah, they lost to Georgia and they lost their home opener versus Florida State.
Okay.
So I think that's pretty miraculous to turn around.
So is he off the hot seat for now?
Oh, 100%.
Until he loses, and then he's back on.
Yeah, until he loses. Like they'll. I will say this: if they lose, they'll still be fine because people will look at Indiana as like they're playing the number 1 team. So I think they'll be okay. Next year, if they miss the playoffs, he's in the hot seat. That program's not in an area to mess around. Rightfully so or wrongfully so. They might get rid of him before he has an opportunity. If he has just like 1 year where he misses the college football playoffs, they're not too different from LSU. You have to go make postseason and do something there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll get rid of you.
He got 3 years.
I think so, unless it goes drastically bad next year, which I don't think it will. I think they've done enough to go get some players and fix that trench. Because defensively, they're not bad. Like they can actually stop the run. Defensively, it's just offensively they can't. I don't know if it's more on the linemen or if it's just the play calling and they don't really ever get into a rhythm of it. So maybe it's something where DeBoer's just got to focus on bringing that part of his team out, or it is a personnel issue and they just don't have the guys this year to do it. But I
think their star running back is hurt. Is it Jam?
I can't remember exactly.
26. I felt like he got hurt like a little while ago, and I didn't watch the Oklahoma game. I caught bits and pieces of it. But I thought their number one guy was hurt, 26.
Yeah, Jam Miller.
Yeah.
Who are you referring to? Let me see if Jam Miller's still active. I want to say that he was. Yeah, he's active. He was in that game.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. He didn't play great, but he was in it. No one played great.
I don't think they use him how he's supposed to be because he runs like Josh Jacobs. You just got to get him going.
Yeah, it's just that I don't know if it's the rhythm of the offense where they just don't
the scheme of how they get how they get things flowing.
But it's gonna be an issue for Alabama being in the SEC. That's why I credit DeBoer. Like he did a really good coaching job, despite that being a major flaw and weakness all year. They found a way to make it to the college football playoffs and also beat Oklahoma in the first round.
That he did.
Does it stop with Indiana? Or they
I think so. I'm not saying it's going to be a bloodbath, but I mean, in those games like that, Indiana likes to win by 20 plus points. So I mean, I can see. It's hard to say Bama loses by more than 14. It's just I think Bama commands that respect, but I can see them getting spanked by 14 plus.
That's what I'm leaning towards. Now, Alabama's good enough to just have an explosive offense performance to get back if they need to, and that's the thing you're probably banking on if you're a Crimson Tide fan.
Signetti ain't about to let that happen.
No, he don't mess around.
He ain't about to let that happen,
especially in big game situations.
Oh no, he ain't about to. Yeah,
it's crazy that I look at Indiana as like one of the teams I feel the most comfortable with. Everybody else in here, I couldn't tell you. Like Oregon, Texas Tech. We just talked about Bama and Indiana.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Oregon. Like that, I think that game might mask some things just because early on now it gives you confidence and everything like that. Texas Tech. Who's Texas Tech play next?
Texas Tech's got Oregon.
Okay. That's going to be an interesting matchup because I think those two teams are really, really similar. I think the more physical team is going to win. And I know how Landing is, but I kind of like the ruggedness of this Texas Tech team.
We'll see. I don't know. I mean, this is a good matchup for Texas.
Is.
I think it's the best matchup to where if you were like Texas Tech, this would be a good game to go ahead and push.
I feel like Texas Tech is like bigger than Oregon. Like Oregon feels like the smaller team.
I think that's fair. I think Oregon definitely is a smaller team. I'd have to look at the roster, but on paper, or not on paper, the eye test says that Oregon's going to have the size difference where they're going to be on the smaller end of it. Where Texas Tech, I should be able to bully, but with Oregon and Lanning, they're so well prepared every time. I don't feel great about counting them out either. Because they could just be that great offensively where it doesn't matter, Texas Tech, if you want to be the more physical team, we're not going to allow it. You're going to have to do similar to what Alabama did. You're going to have to beat us in a shootout.
I don't know if it gets to a shootout.
If it's a shootout, it's lopsided and Oregon won by 14.
I don't know. That's close. It's that Texas Tech team, like, because Oregon, I don't think Oregon will be able to get to him. I think they might, disguise some things back there that might be a little, funky or whatnot. But I mean, Landing and kind of his savviness of figuring out some things, that's what you have to kind of be more worried about. Like I said, I feel like Texas Tech is the bigger team and a little bit more dominant.
Well,
then again, it's like I said, I mean, look at kind of who they're playing and everything like that. I'm just like, I don't know if I'm going to say that.
We'll talk more about that. I want to keep previewing some of these possible matchups and the matchups in front of us. But before we do that, good morning, Pierson-El. If you remembered, we picked some of these college football playoff teams. We only picked 4 each.
I feel like 2 of my teams are already out.
Yeah, not going great for you. So I had Ohio State, Georgia, Bama. I squeaked that one out somehow, and Miami. You had Texas A&M. They're out. I literally only picked this because I was upset with Trev Alberts and the volleyball team. So I went against them and picked Miami. You also had Texas Tech. So they're in. You had Indiana. They're in. And you had Oregon. So you only have 1 team out.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't pick Ole Miss?
No. We only
sure?
picked 4. Yeah, you left Ole Miss. I'll go back and review the tape, but unless I missed
I could
it.
have sworn I got. No, I think. You might be right. You might have been right.
Yeah, because I
Lane. I think we both kind of stayed away from Ole Miss.
Well, best case scenario is Ole Miss winning the national championship, right?
I don't think. I think that game gives them more confidence, but I think they got a one-way ticket out this next round.
I'm just saying. I think that's the best case scenario. Is if Ole Miss wins it all, I think we all.
Does Lane get a ring if that happens?
Oh.
We'll talk about it when we come back.
It's a great question. We will have to talk about that. Don't go anywhere. Don't punt hour. Good morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Arts.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
This holiday season, bring home a tradition that tastes like celebration. Beatrice Bakery's world-famous fruitcake, baked in the heart of Nebraska with rich, golden batter, real cherries, pineapple, crunchy nuts, and a splash of old-fashioned goodness. It's moist, flavorful, and crafted the same way for generations. It's the fruitcake that turns skeptics into believers. Find Beatrice Bakery fruitcake online at grandmasbakeshop.com or at your favorite retailer, and make your holidays deliciously unforgettable with the help of Beatrice Bakery's world-famous fruitcake.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in December. Try one of their delicious breakfast sandwiches or grilled breakfast burritos. Don't forget to snag a gift card for stocking stuffers and bring your family in from out of town. With 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward, Bagels and Joe.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through December 14th, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce New York strips, $6.99 each. 85% lean ground beef, $4.98 per pound. All natural boneless chicken breasts, $2.48 per pound. And holiday gift boxes are available for $50. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Hungry for something real? Come to HF Crate, Lincoln's favorite spot for burgers that are anything but basic. Locally sourced Nebraska beef, hand-cut fries, and bold flavors that'll make your taste buds cheer. Whether you're craving the classics or ready to try something wild, they've got the burger that gets you. HF Crate. Fresh, local, craveable. Find them at 48th and Holdridge or order online at hfcrave.com. For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Don't be fooled by the typical holiday ads this year. A new car for your significant other is a dream, but not a likely reality. Why not upgrade the current car you have with a detail? This year's hot item is a gift certificate from Nebraska Auto Detail to make your car look and smell fully refreshed again. We all have clutter and we all make messes, but it doesn't have to stay like that. Give the gift of a clean car this holiday. Buy your certificate at NebraskaAutoDetail.com or call 402-601-5086 for an appointment today.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Dana Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Dana Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Dana Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at DanaTrucking.com.
Ready, set, Ford. Just announced 0% for 66 months with approved credit on all 2025 Ford F-150s at Zollner, Fort Beatrice. Save thousands in finance charges. If your current pickup loan's 4, 5, 6% or more, trade in today and receive 0% for up to 66 months on a brand new 2025 Ford F-150 of your choice at Zollner, Fort Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
Welcome back in Don't Punt Hour, segment number 2. Good morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Arns. And we are back live on the Brick and Mortar. NFL wrapped up. Phillip Rivers couldn't get it done. Colts lose 27-48. Rivers, though, I mean, honestly, 23 for 35, 277 yards, 2 touchdowns. Only 1 pick, but Brock Purdy was unreal. 25 for 34, 295 yards, 5 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. Your thoughts on the Colts probably being out? I mean, I think they are eliminated officially now. I'd have to double check, but if they're not, it's like a less than 1% chance. On the Colts,
that's a very unfortunate and sad situation. What are y'all options? I mean, do you pay Danny? Do you try and figure it out with another quarterback? Do you draft another quarterback? I mean, that coach is in a pickle. I don't think he's getting fired. I mean, they were, trending definitely up. So he has his job, for another year, but you got to figure out this quarterback situation.
I mean, you're probably not bringing Rivers back.
No.
Do you look at guys like Zach Wilson or like try to find a quarterback who hasn't, had the best of starts and you're trying to get lucky?
No. If I'm them, the quarterback that's on Dallas's bench, who was with the Patriots,
Matt,
I can't think of his name, but
white guy.
Yeah, I'm going to get him. He's athletic. He has a strong arm. He's young. You can build around him and everything like that. I'm Dallas. I need that.
Why am I blanking? What is his name? Mac? That's not right.
No. He went to Tennessee. I just can't think of his name.
I remember. I know exactly. You're driving me nuts. I can't think of his name right now.
I'll find it in a second. But yeah, I'm going to get him. He either him or I might check in and see if Kyler Murray is available for trade. But even then, with that, I'm like,
Yeah, you could go there. Mac Jones. Right? That's who you're thinking of, Mac Jones?
No, his name is not Mac Jones.
Oh, that was the white Patriot quarterback I was thinking of, who had a run for a little bit, and then obviously it didn't work out.
This was the quarterback that got drafted the same year as Drake May.
I mean,
Joe Milton.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to get him.
That's not a bad one. I mean, you're in that category. I think that's where you're looking.
Again, a young quarterback. He's very athletic. He's something you would want AR-15 to be that for whatever reason he hasn't gotten it figured out. He has that same rocket arm. He clearly, I mean, they got rid of him in New England because he was giving Drake May a run for his money. You don't trade your second string quarterback just out of the blue unless you want your starting guy to have more confidence.
That's a good pick. I like that.
So if I'm them and if there's not a quarterback that I like coming out of the draft, that I can see that kind of fits this or kind of fix it now type situation, I'm going to get Joe Milton. You seen what he did with New England.
Mm-hmm.
New England looked different than they did with before McDaniels got there. But when Milton was in there, that offense was looking way different than it was with Drake May. Way different. And then they brought in McDaniels and everything like that. And now he's taken off. And I mean, he might be a successor to Dak, but I guarantee you, if he wants to play, why not necessarily bring him in?
Well, you get to keep your team intact too. You're not really breaking the bank with that guy. And if it works out, it works out. Then it's just, only upwards from there. Then you can figure out what you need to pay him. But it's a good move because I think that team's good enough. Outside of today, defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Yeah.
Special teams have been good. Today, they gave up 48. That has not been the norm. A really good Broncos defense also gave up 71 to Miami in the same year. So it's not exactly who they are. And I think they got to a point, too, where this team just got so battered. And without their quarterback, they went on that losing skid. I think they kind of lost their want to and their will to, and they kind of started to see the writing on the wall there. Even if they win this game, the playoffs, that were still pretty tough jump. They'd have to hope for some things to happen. But that might be one of the best names I've heard so far.
I'm trying to tell you.
I like it.
Again, and even if I'm Minnesota, I'm looking into that. Like he's a veteran quarterback. He's been around for a little bit. He's athletic. He's young. He has a rocket arm. You seen what before he got hurt at Tennessee, he was going. I think when he was at the combine, like he threw the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, again, he has that AR-15 potential and everything like that, but I feel like he's a better version of what exactly you want.
Yeah, no,
and you don't have to break the bank with him. Now you might have to give up a few picks because Dallas is gonna Jerry Jones is going to take advantage of it. So you might give up a few more picks more than what you want.
Do it though. I mean, it's cheaper than all your other options. Like unless you want to overpay for a guy who's been okay, like that's
because you still got to do the same thing over and over again with if you draft a rookie quarterback, you got to go through that growing pains again. What are you going to do with AR-15? Like there, so like I said, best case scenario, go ahead, trade for him, and that's an enticing. If you can trade AR-15 for him, I would.
Well, that's a fun dynamic too with him and Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. You got two freak athletes. Open up the playbook a little bit. You don't want the Jackson Dart.
I mean, imagine what Dallas has. Dallas has a younger Dak with a stronger arm and everything like that. Like you telling me Jerry wouldn't think hard about that? Come on now.
Make the phone call. You need to call the Colts and tell them what to do here. That's the game plan. I like that above all anything else. You can maybe throw a few more quarterbacks' names, but Milton, I mean, I remember him going through the draft. He got some of the most hype out of there just because his numbers were stupid.
It was crazy.
Yeah, just a crazy good athlete. And if he just
got drafted to New England.
Yeah. I like
the year that they picked a quarterback in the first round, which is crazy.
All right. Well, that's on the Colts story. Just since we're on NFL quarterbacks, is the Tua situation just done and over?
I think so. I mean, you just paid him. I mean, realistically, it's not. They have too much money invested in him, so he's not going anywhere for another year.
That's what I'm asking. Like, the dead space is so brutal to look at. Like, do they try to play him again, or is it just like they fully pulled the plug? Like, was the Quinn Ewers a reality check for Tua, like trying to get him to realize, like, listen, man, you're not that, to the points where we're going to put in Ewers over you, hoping that he locks back in, or is it just you think dead in the water and his career's over? Although his payroll,
I won't say his career is that, because I mean we've seen Baker
with the Dolphins. I should say, is his career with the Dolphins?
But I think his time is over now. Who are you going to get to trade for that? Just with his injury history and everything like that, that's the liability. So like you're stuck with that for another year. Excuse me, you're stuck with that for another year, and who's going to trade for Tua?
No one. Like you're stuck with him. No one wants to touch that.
So now he might be in a situation to where he go, to a San Fran as a backup to revive his situation, but it's I don't know kind of what happened. The Tua from Alabama and everything like that. I don't know. He changed a little bit. His whole persona is just a little off.
If they cut him at the end of this season, the dead cap would be 99.
They're not doing that.
Million. No, they're not. I just want to put
not doing that. But also, I mean, his play also went down with Tyreek Hill gone.
Yeah, as you can imagine.
When Tyreek Hill was there, honestly, we weren't really talking bad about Tua's game.
No, but he wasn't also suffering from all the concussions yet. And he also had Waddle, and then they had Gesicki at tight end. That was good offense. I mean, they were, and the run game was there. It wasn't to the level it was now, but those guys were in that room. So they were building into something. And then all the injuries, and obviously Hill gets hurt too. And Waddle, he's been healthy this year, but even when they were just relying on Waddle, he had back issues all the time. So he'd be out for like a half, or he'd start the game and then, have to sit out. And obviously everything with Tua, we know all too well. But they are in one of the worst situations, because it is nearly impossible to build out of that. You kind of just have to suffer. Take
you got to for the next year at least. We'll see what his cap hit is. After, because I think typically, I don't know if he signed a 4-year contract or a 3-year contract.
It was a 4-year deal, $214 million.
But typically, like the first 2 years of it is like really front heavy, and then after that, it's manageable and you can look to like trade and everything like that. So after next year, potentially, but he's stuck in Miami unless you can find somebody to trade for him. And like I said, I don't know who's doing that.
Yeah, no one. I mean, the answer is no one's going to do that. You'd have to be an idiot to pull the trigger on that. So we'll see. It's crazy to think. I thought Tua for a while was like the guy for Miami. Do you think the head coach is the right fit? Because
I think it all needs to be wiped clean.
Just pull the rug.
I mean, it just at some point in time, the players in there aren't really paying attention to the coach. They're not really. They don't seem to really play hard or anything like that. So I mean, they got some decisions. They rolling with him. So I mean, clearly, he's doing enough.
That, or they just don't know what to do and they're indecisive because everything's broken. Like I use that analogy.
If you leave from that, who are you going after?
Dable. He doesn't really fit Miami though.
He's not going to Miami.
Yeah.
If I'm Dable, I'm going to be an offensive coordinator somewhere for a year, and I'm doing what Cliff Kingsbury doing.
If you can somehow convince Gruden to be there, he could get him right.
No.
No.
Gruden would take Miami.
That's what I'm saying. I think if
Gruden,
Miami,
if Gruden is in Miami, my goodness, that he lives in Tampa.
That's what I'm saying. And I feel like they need a guy in there that's just going to demand.
Gruden would turn that around.
Yeah.
In a year, he would.
That's the best case I see for him.
One, he brings guys along.
Mm-hmm.
Two, he commands a respect. Like you being around him, He's not going to put up with all of that. So I mean, and he'll tell you, I'll trade you. I've seen him tell guys that.
But you know what? At the same time, if you do right by him, he has your back.
That he does.
And that's the kind of cultures that I think Miami needs.
If they do fire him, that would be a great hire. Especially with him winning his grievances with the NFL. I don't know if the NFL will let him back type situation, but he's clawing to get back in there.
Well, that's always my thing. Is like I don't know if you'll ever get back because of the whole NFL thing, and I think real ammo with the NFL.
Him being down there would be something. That division would be crazy.
It'd make Miami exciting. I mean, that'd be a fun team to watch.
You got
at the very least.
You got New England, you got Buffalo, and the Jets. Give the Jets some time. I think they got the right coach. They just need to reload. But you put Gruden in that mix, my goodness.
I'd watch. I know that much.
Please bring Hard Knocks because he needs a camera.
Yeah. He might be one of the best coaches you could have on Hard Knocks if you could pick anyone out there. All right, we got to throw it to break. On the other side, we'll talk a little bit more NFL, and then we'll talk a lot of Husker football tomorrow as they got the Vegas Bowl, the New Year's Eve on the 31st. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll finish up with NFL in the next segment. Don't go anywhere. Dump Punt Hour. Good morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Arts.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
A Shiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When schools thrive, neighborhoods shine. Hi, I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Public education builds more than just knowledge. It builds community. Support your local public school and watch your whole town grow stronger. Invest in education today, and you're investing in everyone's tomorrow. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you want to come and text us,
if you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music.
This is Mommy's jam.
Then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
When schools thrive, neighborhoods shine. Hi, I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Public education builds more than just knowledge. It builds community. Support your local public school and watch your whole town grow stronger. Invest in education today, and you're investing in everyone's tomorrow. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
My early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take, but it gave my mom and me more time to plan together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job?
Not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters.
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner. Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat. or a retiree who fell ill and had to
choose between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
Welcome back in Don't Punt Hour. We are live on the brick and mortar. So if you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685. We'll be live for another hour after this one, all the way till midnight, as always. So you guys are welcome to join in. You can use the streams as well or the ticket app. Good morning, Pierson-El. Let's keep it focused on some NFL. How about the Chicago Bears, huh? Clinched the NFL, clinched the playoff spot already? Are you believing now? Now can you say that they are legit? No. What's it got to take?
Y'all winning a playoff game or two?
Oh, come on. Give me one playoff game's fair. Two were, now you're just being mean. You're being spiteful. One playoff game I can accept.
Depending on the matchup, because if y'all, I'm sorry, I don't want to see y'all play the Packers.
It's going to be the Packers again. I
don't want to see that. I'm over it.
I am too.
Malik Willis will be a good pick too now. I think he's going to be a hot commodity for the Colts. Sorry, side note.
No, I mean, that's a good point. That's what also, by the way, drive me nuts. Packers fans, stop it. Don't act like you don't have an awesome backup quarterback in Malik Willis and a head coach on the floor who's always known how to use him.
Yeah, for sure.
Surprised to see Willis go into the game and do what he always does, be efficient. He's a good quarterback. So I can definitely see him working out for the Colts if they don't go with Milton.
I think he's going to be a hot commodity this upcoming offseason.
He's good.
Now where, Miami, I think he might look nice in Miami. If Tua is whatever on Tua, same system type situation. Matthew Stafford, he's getting old. He's getting up there, hey. But
Russell Wilson?
He might retire after this year. It's to the point I forgot he was even on the Giants. That's bad.
It is bad. They
don't even talk about him. Like nobody.
No, they don't. Which is really unfortunate for him because he had an awesome career with the Seahawks. And he's going to just get beat up so much for everything after the fact. But for a while there, he was like one of the dudes in the NFL. And it wasn't even a question. I don't know what the hell happened since then, but yeah, he's still on the Giants. He's still there. No one talks about him though.
But yeah, back to your Bears. Your Bears. I think they're a good team. I again, like I said, depending on what Caleb shows up, or how much of him and his control takes over, depends on how far y'all go.
Well, he's got, the fewest interceptions out of anybody with this many passing attempts in his career so far. He's electric in the fourth. I don't know. I mean, if you get him in the fourth quarter, you feel great.
Y'all's GM is looking like a mad, evil genius for pulling this off. Because if it didn't work, but he's cashing in heavy right now.
The NFL Pro Bowl voting started, and the Bears right now have the most. I mean, they got dudes on the defense everywhere. And a lot of that's obviously due to the amount of turnovers they've created. But, yeah, Poles is looking like a genius. I mean, because this is going to blow up in a major way. But you turned the Panthers pick. That all started with that Panthers pick, where it has transformed into just a new era. It's crazy how this works in the NFL.
It was either gonna hit or it wasn't. But I think, honestly, when you kind of look at it, where they're at now, both teams have kind of benefited necessarily from it. Because Carolina's up and coming. I think they got the right coach in there now. Some of these draft picks over a few years and everything like that. But give this coach some time and everything like that. He has them, right. And I mean, and obviously, Chicago has been doing, crazy work with what they have over the past few years with, trading people, picking people, and everything like that. So I think, say, it's an even trade. Both organizations got the quarterback of the future, so that's a win.
Yeah, it is a little bit of delayed gratification for the Panthers, but Bryce Young is actually looking pretty good now. And I feel like they do got the coaching part down. And Justin, we did take Ben Johnson.
That's probably more. That's 60% of the battle, probably.
Is this the weirdest year in the NFL that we maybe had in 10 years?
I don't know. Because I feel like the year that the Titans went to the AFC Championship, that was a weird year.
Is that when they upset the Ravens? When the Ravens had to bye? Yeah.
They were the number one seed. Like, that was a weird year.
Yeah.
The year Tom Brady won the Super Bowl after leaving the Patriots, like, that was a weird year. So I can't say this is the weirdest because there's been some other things to where it's like, okay, what is going on?
I guess it's not really weird. It's like, who's great anymore? Like, I can't look at any team and say they're great. Like, this is an obvious thing.
I think that's wrong because even with the better teams, with their little slumps right now and everything like that, we've seen the good teams kind of have these slumps at the right time, and it kicks them, it kicks them into overtime in the playoffs. Look at the Bengals the year that they went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, they kind of got hot and went off. How many times have we look at the I think the year the Eagles lost the Super Bowl, the first year, they were undefeated for a little bit of while and then kind of went on the skirt and then got to the Super Bowl. And even the year they did win it, same thing kind of. So I feel like even that they're not playing their best right now, like that's normal. It's 18 weeks. Like that's hard to sustain and do. That's not easy. Like you're not going to be at your best week in and week out.
Especially with the injuries. You just never know when that's going to catch you.
And this late in the season? Nah. Like you rather have these kind of off-balance things happen now, like leading up versus, first round playoffs, and it's like, oh, like you don't want that.
Well said. It's I don't know, it's just been a blast. Like take my Bears out of it. It's been a lot of fun. Your Raiders will be there someday.
You're laughing now. Just wait.
I really should shut up because
y'all could get first round bounce, and then I'm gonna really be on your head.
Yeah, we might be in Indiana too with all the reports. So I'll root for the Raiders and look forward to hopefully they turn it around. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling. This has been the Don't Punt Hour. Good morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Arns. DP coming up next.